Alright everyone, hello, we are here for another match of the Mario Kart 64 Time Trial 1 Try League. We've got Matthias versus Zoran coming up here. I'm Abney307, if you didn't know. And I believe Matthias is going to have the first pick here. So, we'll see where he decides to take us. We did get a bit of a late start here. We're definitely delayed by like 30 minutes. But, okay. This is the number 1 versus number 4 match. Non-shortcut time trials, but Matthias has been doing very well in all these matches. And Zoran has not been putting up the greatest showing in a lot of his, so we'll see if he can turn around, maybe pick up some tracks, see if we can get some close sets. And Matthias is going to take us to Wario Stadium first, so when these guys are ready, we're going to get it counted down. I might be behind on Matthias' stream here. Whoa. Alright. Be all set. Looks like they're both ready to go. We'll count them down. Good luck to these guys. Both going with Peach here. That's become Matthias' regular in the last few years. Zoran wobbling around a little bit. Went straight off the start, no mini turbo, playing it pretty safe here. Matthias has been getting some pretty insane times here in the 1 tries. Quite a few 421s, which is usually going to be a top 3 ranked time. See what he can do here with Wario Stadium being the first track. Had a little bit of time to kind of warm up, so we'll see. But, yeah, if you guys don't know, this is a non-shortcut league, but the players get 1 shortcut pick per match. So we'll probably see at least 1 shortcut, I would imagine. But yeah, it's non-shortcut for this track as of right now. Basically, if they want to use their shortcut pick, they call it out beforehand, and we'll know that they've decided to use their shortcut. You can't pick the same track within the same set, and you can't pick your own from your own pool of tracks every 2 sets. So unless you want to do that Joker pick, we won't see Wario Stadium again for the rest of this set, since Matthias has picked it here first. Matthias does have a pretty good lead here. Ahead by a couple seconds already. He's getting pretty close to the wall there. It's a really nice shroom. Getting stuck to the ground like that saves a bit of time. It's pretty nice. Had a good angle on it. Really what Zoran would have to hope for is something like that. Matthias actually tumbles on the wall. It's going to lose him a second or 2 there. Zoran catches up a bit, but actually still behind by nearly a second. Yeah, if Matthias makes another mistake like that, it could get really close. Matthias opting to do the mini turbo over the jump there. Somewhat risky. His stream is bugging out here. Matthias still with like a second lead at least. Would probably have to mess up the shroom really bad to lose this one here. It's really the biggest potential for mistake, I would say. Gets by clean. Oh, Zoran flying way off to the side. Yeah, that's probably gonna seal it. Yeah, again, the picks, you can't pick any. No one can pick the same tracks as each other within the same set. But if it goes to when it goes to the next set, you can re-pick a track that your opponent picked. You just can't pick from your own pool of tracks. So in the next set, Matthias will not be able to pick Wario Stadium, but Zoran could pick Wario Stadium if he wanted to. Zoran slamming into the wall there. Matthias going to take that first track pretty safely. We'll see where Zoran wants to take us here. We're gonna go to Luigi Raceway here. Not too bad of a pick. Keeps Zoran safe from anything too horribly bad going wrong. But of course, Matthias very consistent. Matthias has had a pretty good showing on Luigi Raceway in this league, usually getting maybe like a 158.60 something. Zoran, I believe, only getting sub 2 once, so gonna really have to get a clean run here. Wobbling a bit on that mini turbo before the turn, so Matthias already out to a bit of a lead here. Entering the grass, likely opt to do the one shroom first. Matthias does, and so does Zoran, but he kind of gets snagged on the wall there. They're trying to hit the wall to get what we call the mystery boost, where if you release your mini turbo at the same time as you stop your drift, you can get kind of a boost through the grass there. And they were trying to hit the wall there to trigger that. Now they're going to go with the 2 mushroom lap here. The reason they aren't doing one, well, here we go. Zoran's going to go 1-1-1. Make it interesting here. Typically people will do 1 mushroom and then 2, because the 2 mushroom lap is usually the fastest option, and then you only have 1 mushroom left, so that's really all you can do. The 1-1 mushroom strat, using only a single mushroom on each lap, could potentially be about the same, maybe even faster if really clean. Zoran maybe going for it if he felt like he messed up, or maybe trying to mix it up to make it harder for Matthias to tell what pace he's at. Zoran shrooms right into the wall there, so that's going to do it. Matthias with a pretty insane 158.34. Definitely his best Luigi Raceway of the One Try League so far. It's a really strong time. So it is Matthias's pick now. We go back and forth, alternating picks. Loser of the set picks first each set, though. Matthias going to take us to the farm. Pretty great pick for him. He's been really, really strong on Moo Farm. Really, the difference here is a lot of the time the mole hits. If they can both drive clean, Matthias probably has the better Moo Farm run. We'll see what happens though. Matthias has gotten quite a few 127s. Zoran missing the start boost, so that's gonna hurt. He's probably gonna have to play it pretty risky here. He's making it through. Nice shroom. Tias does the mushroom a little bit later, kind of wants to make sure he's on the right line before firing the shroom. Zoran just goes for it and gets that line as well. Tias still holding that strong lead from Zoran, missing the start. Moo Farm is one of those though that it's like you really could just throw the mushroom and go for it, but Zoran's gonna hit the mole, so not a whole lot he can do here. He does make it through the moles by shrooming, but he'll have to just completely risk everything on the last lap. Matthias unlikely to make any big mistakes here. He's very likely watching the stream as well and knows what happened. And Matthias is going to get a really nice clean run. Low 128. Pretty typical run for Matthias, I would say. About as expected. And we're on to the potential last track of the set. Will be Zoran's pick. The sets, to win this match, you have to win 3 sets, and to win a set, you have to win 4 tracks. So, we'll see if Zoran maybe trying to hold on to his better picks, but he's going to go with Koopa Beach here. See if you can get Matthias to miss a jump or something. Could be close. Certainly has happened. Matthias has actually a few times fell under the tunnel. When you go into that tunnel on Koopa Beach, you can sometimes land under the track, sort of, and kind of get sucked underground. Probably happens to Matthias more than anyone, so we'll see if he can avoid that. Otherwise, though, Matthias getting some really great Koopa Beach times. Usually some low 136, maybe like a 136.20 something. A nice clean run. Zoran yet to have a clean Koopa Beach in this league, I believe. So maybe he can knock one down here. So far, so good for both players here. And pretty close. Matthias about 0.3 ahead. mistakes from either player yet, really. We're kind of clipping the wall there. I do this mini turbo into the tunnel. It can be pretty risky if you mess up that angle. Definitely make you miss that jump. Zoran kind of going wide in the water here. Gonna set him back another half second. So Matthias with a pretty strong lead here, about 0.8, a little bit more maybe. As long as Matthias makes it clean here, he'll probably have it. He's going to do a clean jump, play it safe. Zoran completely missing the ramp. That's going to do it. Matthias going to take this set. 136.49. Very, very nice. And Zoran finishes up the track. Alright, so Matthias takes that set, so Zoran will be picking first in the next set. And he cannot pick Luigi Raceway or Koopa True Beach. Might start pulling out the better picks since he does have that first pick. It does give him a little bit of an advantage in the set, so might have been holding off maybe his using his better picks for this set if he felt like he'd have a better chance. See where he takes us. I know typically Zoran has liked maybe Choco Mountain. Has done pretty decent on some Frap Snowland runs. He's gonna take us to DK though. Pretty good pick. Definitely one of his more played tracks, holding that lap world record. And they're gonna get going here. Alright. Now these guys are both using Peach, but Toad, Yoshi, and Peach are the best characters in the game, so really just preference between those three. Zoran getting a pretty bad jump there, kind of bonking the fence, so it's going to put him pretty far back to start it off here. That ramp jump is a pretty big deal for these kind of one tries. You know, you overshoot it, you can land in the water. Make any mistake, could cost you some big time. So Matthias is going to climb up this cave. Zoran as well. A pretty decent one try here. Time here would be maybe a 2:15 for Matthias. That's about what he's been getting. Zoran bonks that fence again, going off the ramp. Gonna lose about the same amount of time as the last lap. Zoran is about 3.5 to 4 seconds behind. Matthias can play it relatively safe in the cave, doesn't have to risk too much. See if Matthias just kind of plays it safe over the ramp here. Pretty clean jump still. Able to do that shroom across the grass clean. Zoran going for it. But it's going to be pretty tough for him to make a comeback at this point. sure Matthias will just drive safe up the cave here. I'm in with a nice 2:14.93. Really, really nice time for Matthias. And Zoran with a 2:17. Really not too bad either, and he just, those ramp jumps got him. So, one of Matthias's better one try rounds for, or one try runs for this track. 44.56 left 3 for Zoran, pretty nice though. So it's going to be Matthias's pick. He is going to take us to Bowser's Castle. Interesting choice. Not really something I would have expected for Matthias to go with. So a little bit more variance on this one. Gotta watch out for the thwomps. But, again, it's one of those, I don't believe Zoran has really had a clean run of this track in the league yet. So both going to use that mushroom in the first section there, really the best spot for the mushroom. And they're going to play it safe going around the thwomps here. Both getting through clean. What's interesting about this track in the one-try format is usually those thwomps that track you in the room earlier there where they drove wide, usually in time trial runs we have a ghost that sits in the back of that room that actually distracts those thwomps. The thwomps will target your ghost instead of your actual player. But in the one-try league, the ghosts are not allowed, so these guys have to kind of swing out wide in the room, make sure that they avoid those. Makes it a little bit different than what they're used to. Zoran cutting it pretty close to the bush. Matthias has pulled out ahead by about half a second here. Both avoiding the thwomps again. Matthias missing the stair mini turbo. I believe Zoran missed it as well though. Matthias still holding on to his lead. Only gained 0.02 on Zoran that lap, but that lap one's still helping him out. Zoran playing a little bit more aggressively, taking the inside line on the mushroom. Trying to catch up here, but he bonks through the thwomps there and kind of struggles to make it through, so Matthias is going to jump ahead by a bit more. And there's not too much that can go wrong at this point in the track. Matthias will be taking this one. They really, really nice 2:13.53. Really great Wario Stadium. I believe that's the best he's had in the league. It's a pretty nice lap 3 there. Alright, so we're gonna go to Mario Raceway here. Zoran hoping he can make it through the mushroom cut, and Matthias fails. These guys are gonna get going here. Really, this is likely gonna come down to the mushroom cuts. But if both guys make it clean, Matthias certainly would have the advantage here. Oh, Matthias actually does stumble a bit, and Zoran gonna take the lead here. Zoran can hold on. Zoran's ahead by about 0.6. Pretty big lead here. But Zoran misses the mini turbo there. Hopefully he can make it through the mushroom cut clean. And he does, and so does Matthias. The very aggressive mushroom cut. He's actually catching up here. These guys are really close now. And Zoran's just barely ahead, maybe. Zoran with maybe a 0.1 lead or so, but it's really close. Oh, Matthias getting a little bit of a plant hit there. Zoran might be able to hold on to this. It's very close, though. They're both going into the last turn at the exact same time. And Matthias takes it by 0.03. Just barely able to make that comeback. Crazy race. Yeah, Matthias was booking it, trying to catch up there, but he got that plant hit on lap 3, which made it really close. Alright, so it's Matthias's pick. You go with Toad's Turnpike. Matthias has had some very nice one-try Toad's Turnpike runs. Has even gotten a 258 here once. Zoran, I don't believe has even played Toad's Turnpike in the one-try league yet, at least on the PAL version. Any of his Division 1 matches, I don't believe he's done any Toad's Turnpike yet. Let's see where these guys use their mushrooms. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference where you use your mushrooms here, because it's all the spots you'd want to use it are pretty much just flat ground turns. But we might see the strategies mixed up here a little bit. So Zoran falling behind by about 0.32 after lap 1. 0.33 maybe it was. Both shrooming inside that bus there. That's a pretty common spot. It's pretty hard to get those mini turbos with that bus there. You can hold your line if you fire the shroom. Zoran gonna go ahead and use his mushroom. He is holding on to his. Could use it on this last turn here, possibly. He will. Matthias gaining another 0.2 or so there. He's got a little bit more than a half a second lead going into lap 3. They both have one mushroom left. I am sure Matthias will use his on the very last turn. Zoran might be doing the same. We'll see. But Matthias would have to probably make a pretty big mistake for Zoran to catch up here. He did kind of get wobbly on one of those mini turbos there, but not too much of a time loss. Matthias will be going ahead and using his shroom early here around this turn. Zoran's still holding on to his. Zoran can shroom through the cars here. And Matthias gonna be getting a 2:58, just barely. Zoran with that 3-minute flat run. I mean, that's a pretty cool time, at least. And Matthias will take another set here. It's a really nice Toads Turnpike time to get a 2:58 in a one try is pretty solid. He only missed Zoran's PR by 0.01 actually, so it's pretty crazy. So we are off to the third set. Zoran will get first pick again, and you can pick any track now. The track picks reset. Looks like Zoran's gonna be picking Frap Snow and Shortcut. Interesting to just start off the set. Going straight to his Joker pick. These guys are ready to go. This is kind of an interesting pick because Matthias has had some pretty good Frap Snow lands. He can definitely do the AV Spin Start Shroom. Both of these guys will probably be going for it. With some clean rounds, we're likely to see some sub 30-second runs. This could be really close, though. It's going to come down to who gets it clean. Oh, and Matthias swinging out wide into the water. That's probably going to do it, really. Pretty crazy. Went flying off with the 80 spin. And Zoran will take it. He doesn't get that shortcut to work, so it'll DQ on that one. Good pick for Zoran. So Zoran does not have any more shortcut picks. Matthias still has his shortcut pick if you want to use it. But yeah, other than that, it's all non-shortcut tracks. And it will be Matthias's pick now, so we'll see where he takes us. He's going to do Wario Stadium shortcut. He will be using up his shortcut pick as well. Make it exciting. I like it. It should be good. Zoran has played Wario Stadium shortcut at least once in the league so far, and Matthias has played it a couple times, but this could be anyone's. Of course, Zoran having way more shortcut experience, he has the number 2 time in the world on this track, but it's a one try, so who knows. Zoran with the sub 5 first lap. He's going in. Matthias actually missing the lap trigger, so he gets to kind of do an extra lap here. Oh, Zoran let go of A on the last frame there, so he gets shot straight up in the air. But he does have a whole lap lead. More than a lap now. It's going to be pretty tough for Matthias to come back on this one. Zoran freezes on us though. Oh, Zoran missing the finish line as well. His internet seems to have died on us. Oh, their stream is back. Zoran needs to make it. Matthias catching up a little bit, but he's still a lap behind Zoran. Matthias has a chance. But Zoran for some reason firing the shroom into the wall. Matthias is now caught up, has a chance to steal this one. Matthias, but he overshoots the jump. Zoran gets stuck on top of the wall. Matthias makes it over and steals this one. Zoran was in the lead the entire race. Oh man. And Zoran finally gets over on lap 3. Such a rough lap 3 for him. Pretty crazy. What a race. Pretty unfortunate for Zoran. He was doing so well and then ends up with the minute-long lap 3. That's how it goes. So that's all the shortcut picks. It's all non-shortcut from here on out. So it will be Zoran's pick. We'll see where he takes us. And he's gonna go back to Mario Raceway. Pretty smart pick. It was a extremely close race last time. So we'll see if it can be close again. Okay. Get these synced up. So last time Matthias kind of bonked the plant a little bit on the mushroom cut, but still got through. And that cost him a little bit of time, allowing it to be really close. Matthias actually with a rough mushroom cut once again kind of bonks off the brick wall a little bit. It gets through, but it's going to give Zoran that lead again. Zoran up by only about 0.2. Matthias getting hit by that plant again, kind of getting him stuck a little bit there. Gonna help Zoran out. Still pretty close though. Matthias just with a little bit better driving allowing him to catch up. Zoran gains another 0.1 there. So Zoran ahead by just a little bit more than 0.3. Zoran makes it through, so is Matthias. Matthias could catch up though. Still very close. Zoran may be ahead just by a little bit. I think he might hold on to this one. And he does with a 129.20. Very nice. He is with a 129.38. Yeah, those mushroom cuts enough to make the difference on this one. See where Matthias wants to take us now, though. I'm gonna go with Chaco. Pretty interesting pick here. This is one of Zoran's stronger tracks. I mean, Matthias does consistently do better on this track, but you know, you might see a pretty solid run from Zoran here too. Could be close. Okay. There's a few shroom strat options here, so we'll see what they do. And they've already mixed it up. Matthias using the pretty standard first shroom. Zoran gonna opt to shroom later, probably at the end of the lap. Which is a little bit more standard for one tries, I would say. It's a little bit safer for people usually. I believe Zoran might just prefer the shroom even for his time trial attempts though. To go and shroom like right here, and he does. So that's gonna get him pretty close together again. Matthias with a bit of a lead though. No, Zoran gets bad hills, which loses him even more time. Matthias about 0.35 ahead. Zoran's gonna really need to get those clean hills at the end of the lap to catch up. Nice turns. Ooh. Oh, Zoran tumbles. Oh man, that's gonna put him way too far behind, unfortunately. Pretty tough mistake there. He just kind of bonks the wall, but still ahead by a lot. He does get clean hills again. Another 156 for him. Zoran with a 158. 41. Alright, Zoran's gonna take us to DK. All tied up in this set. See if he can get a cleaner DK this time. I think someone just yelled, "Let's go." Not sure who has their mic on. I don't know if I'm going crazy here. I'm pretty sure it was Zoran though. I think I've heard him typing, so I think he's got his mic on. Really close here. He's a little bit ahead. $44.86 to $45.24. So Zoran's falling back a little bit. Zoran going really aggressive on the jump. He makes it. Matthias with not so great of a jump, and that's gonna put these guys right back next to each other. That's what it's gonna take here. Zoran does have a tiny bit of a lead now. That really nice jump. Zoran gains half a second there. Zoran doing the extra mini turbo. Really going for it here. A big jump, and he makes it. Matthias also makes it, not quite as good of a jump. Zoran gonna extend that lead. Really going for it on lap 3 here. Really nice run from Zoran. Man, 114 or 2:14.05. Really crazy. Takes that track. I mean, Matthias, the 2:14.75, really solid as well. I mean, that's it's the best he's done in the league so far. I think he's hit a 2:14.75 in another round before, but Zoran. Really nice run. Zoran says that his N64 froze, actually. He's restarting his console here. Hide it there so no one gets a seizure from whatever that was. His N64 apparently keeps freezing. His DK run was just too strong, it seems. Yeah, he's probably just loading up the splice really quick. Unfortunately, it's Matthias's pick, so I'm not sure how he's going to load up the splice when he doesn't know what track is next. Probably didn't really think this through. He's in too deep to turn back now. Really hoping Matthias just says what track he wants to pick so we can load up the correct splice. Zoran's console's still struggling here, so guess we wait. The suspense is killing me. It's too bad for Zoran that he couldn't pull out that that Wario Stadium win though. Zoran also potentially just playing on a second PAL console right now, warming up for the next track while trying to ice Matthias. Also a pretty great strategy. Looks like he might have his console working now. There it is. Great. So where is Matthias going to take us? And of course, it's Rainbow Road. Why not? I believe this is Zoran's first Rainbow Road in Division 1 of this league. So, not one that he sees too much. Zoran actually, you know, pretty solid at this track, but you know, in the last couple years, Rainbow Road has really been pushed to pretty insane levels. So Matthias has been getting some really nice times in these one tries. And they're off. It's gonna be a long one. Ooh. Zoran getting a little bit better start. Both of these guys slowing down at the beginning so that they can actually gain speed getting stuck on the hill, which is a pretty good amount faster than just launching off. Matthias, unfortunately, getting a little bit of air at the end of his, so Zoran does have a bit of a lead here. Now these chain chomps that are going around the track are on cycles, so these guys should know where they are, for their pace. In one try, these guys should be pretty close. Matthias is kind of caught up a bit here. Actually looking to be slightly ahead now. And that's just, you know, what you get from that #1 non-shortcut driving. Coming up to the end of lap 1, he is wobbling a little bit. Still pretty close, but he does have a little bit of a lead. So Matthias up by a little more than a quarter of a second, getting the better hill there. Zoran getting a little bit of air, so kind of the opposite of lap 1. Now, of course, at any moment, Matthias could just decide to jump off the track. That would be pretty great for Zoran. Matthias could also just run into the next chomp on purpose. It could be a good choice. Fortunately, not too likely. And Matthias is building up that lead even more. He's about a second ahead now. Zoran looking maybe a little bit unsure about that chomp placement. He did hold that drift a little long. He's not getting into that mini turbo there. That spot gets a little tricky. The slope is really steep. Sometimes grab you. He's with a really nice 157.91 lap there and gets good hill. So Zoran, but Zoran is behind by more than a second now. He's kind of missing the main turbo there, slowed him down a bit. Zoran's actually already lost his ghost pretty early. A lot of these top players can't save ghosts on Rainbow Road because the game can only hold a certain number of inputs for a ghost. So the more you move the analog stick, the earlier you'll lose your ghost. Matthias typically loses his ghost after, like, just a little bit after the third shroom. Or right here. Or that might be his standard spot. For some reason I was thinking it was after the third shroom, but I don't actually know. Usually though, these guys, as long as they're using the same controller that they usually are, they'll lose their ghost at almost the same place, always. People are pretty consistent with their driving, so he's losing his around the bend where the DK stars are. So yeah, I'm sure Matthias looking like he's going to hold on to this one. Just the better driving really shows at such a long track. Just kind of keeps pulling ahead. 5:54.02. Pretty nice Rainbow Road for Matthias. I mean, not the best he's ever done or anything, but you know, not a ton of pressure for him on this one, especially with a really nice lap too. So, we are 3-3, last track of the set. It is Zoran's pick. They've gone back and forth, each taking their own picks, respectively. But this is potentially match point. Matthias can win this track. And Zoran's going to go with Frap Snowland. Non-shortcut, of course, this time. And, not a bad pick. Zoran's been pretty consistent on this track in the one-try league. Of course, Matthias is extremely good at this track also. But, yeah, the shroom here can be pretty tricky, so if something goes wrong, you never know. With AB spinning off the start boost there. A little bit faster. Oh, Zoran and getting snagged on the ground there and losing a little bit. Unfortunate. Oh, Matthias actually bonks the hill, but somehow gets a perfect line straight between the snowmen. He's safe this time. And he does have a decent lead. Matthias ahead by a 0.8. Oh, Matthias goes down. Zoran, kind of a crazy line too. Somehow, Matthias is still in the lead here. Oh, and Zoran hits the wall, going wide. With the cleaner shroom, Zoran could have really taken advantage of that. Does save a little bit though. Matthias messes up the shroom like that again. Zoran might have a chance here. Matthias making it extremely clean that time. Looking like he's going to take the match with this one. And he will. The 2:02:06. Zoran's 2:03:52. That's the match. Great match. Great last set here. These guys going back and forth. Zoran with a pretty close chance to pull it off there for a set. That Wario Stadium was pretty crazy. Good game, everyone. Good races. Saw some pretty nice times from these guys here. So congrats to Matthias winning another one. Still remaining undefeated, I believe, in the league here. So we do have other matches for this league coming up on Speed Gaming. These matches, there's many every week, but only a handful streamed on the Speed Gaming channel. The next one that will be streamed here, there's going to be 2 matches streamed on Tuesday, the 12th. We'll be back here, Dan versus Matthias, on November 12th, 5 p.m. Eastern. That is a match you will definitely want to see. The last time these guys raced each other, it was insane. Last race, the last set, it was just super close. And then Battle of the Dans, Burbank versus Luxor playing each other on the 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern, so definitely will want to see those. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. Congrats Matthias on the win. And we will see you guys in future matches.